I told y'all we were gonna get the angle together. It's still not how I want it, but it's coming together. And the divine is doing the same thing for you. We are getting the angles, the perspectives all the way together. This new moon in Pisces, whew, it's gonna have us interacting with our faith in a way that I just feel like haven't been here yet. So buckle up, bitches. Get your supplies, hydrate, light it if you got it, because I'm ready to go in. Yo, it's your girl Jay, the High Priestess, back at it again with the general tarot reading for this new moon in Pisces that we are having. Like I said, hydrate, light it if you got it. Look at my mug. It's got a moon and a sun, which is interesting. When the moon and the sun are opposing each other, that's a full moon. And when the moon and the sun are conjunct, that's a new moon. And new moons are when we manifest. That's when we take the time to get really intentional and dream up about whatever it is we want to materialize in our physical 3D reality. And the seeds that we plant in the new moon are the harvests that start to generate and be reaped in the full moon. So these seeds are about belief, are about faith, are about the God of your understanding, are about all things behind the veil. And what you gonna do with your magic beans? And it's interesting because when I think about the new moon, when I think about Pisces, I can't help but think about Virgo, and that's the axis that it's on. Pisces is the spirit realm, and Virgo is the mundane, day-to-day physical life that we are in. The micro makes up the macro. And a quote that I got from my jumbo is that the magic that you're looking for is in the work that you're avoiding. And if that ain't the most Pisces, Virgo axis shit I've ever heard in my life, whew, the magic that you're looking for is in the work that you're avoiding. And it's not just work clocking in. It's the physical, spiritual, and ethereal, divine work. Us really working on, like, we believe this shit or not? We doing this shit or not? Are we here for shits and gigs? What do you do about your beliefs? Do they just sit up on the shelf and you go to them when you're in need and when you're in trouble? Or can I look at how you treat people and tell what you believe in? Can I listen to the words that you say and hear faith? 22:22 on the clock. Hydrate, light it if you got it, y'all. Oh my God, this tea is so hot. But either way, welcome to the blind side, over here where we explore the dark side of the new moon. New moons used to be called dark moons because it's when the moon is at its darkest or its weakest, because the light of the moon is blocked out by the sun. So since there will be emotional blind spots, that's what we're here to explore. So, and what I wrote here is that with the sun blocking the moon out, we need absolute darkness for the germination process. In the spiritual world and in the physical world, a seed can't grow, can't break out of its shell unless it's encompassed in complete darkness underground. And then it attempts to unearth and find light. So here we explore the dark side. Heads up, get ready. This new moon is happening on March 10th at 3 a.m. Mountain Time, 5 a.m. Eastern, and it's happening at 20 degrees Pisces. So we're in the last decan of Pisces. It's just gonna be intense. And you know I gotta hit you with the handy dandy Inside Degrees by Elias Lonsdale. I love this man so much. And I'm going in it blind with you guys. Here we go, went right to it. All right. I'm trying to get this light to like do it so you're not crazy. You are seeing flashing lights. You are flashing lights, 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 lights. Okay, so some of y'all want to be famous, some of y'all want to be known, some of y'all want to be have like a reputation that precedes you in some sort of way. I feel like that's coming in for some of you. Some of you will be known. Some of us will be known. Public success, public recognition. That was very specific. Okay, Kanye. And also, I feel like it's time to get to the root of why you want that, though. Do you want to be famous, or do you need this like notoriety to accomplish something? It's just like, get back to the root. Let yourself reacquaint yourself with the why. Why are you doing what you're doing? Why do you want what you want? Okay, so Elias Lonsdale's description of the 20th degree of Pisces is a perfect black cube sits lone in the desert. I'm in the desert. Okay. Isolation, uniqueness that becomes separative and self-referential. Uniqueness that becomes separative and self-referential. Exquisitely designed to be only a certain way and not any other way. Preserved against rust or corrosion. Maintaining standards, priorities, what seems to be the given. Yet something is wrong. It is true that all lies within, and that turning yourself into what you are not is ultimately absurd. You are not listening, not paying attention to the subtle cues. You are so intent upon self-consistency that you have turned out far too much in the process. You are so intent upon self-consistency that you have tuned out far too much in the process. Whoo, that feels hella Pisces Virgo. You are so intent upon self-consistency, Virgo, that you tuned out far too much in the process. Goes to show us being in the dunya, us being in the world too much, us being in like too locked into routine, being too regimented, being out of balance where all we do is work. It's like we're tuning out the magic that's available to us. One more time. You are so intent upon self-consistency that you have tuned out far too much in the process. And this shall call forth lessons and hard experiences to crack you open again, and to give you a chance to discover afresh what can be when nothing is assumed and nobody has set anything up ahead of time. And this shall call forth lessons and hard experiences to crack you open again. What did we just talk about? The seed has to be immersed in complete darkness to crack open. And this shall call forth lessons and hard experiences to crack you open again, and to give you a chance to discover afresh what can be when nothing is assumed and nobody has set up anything ahead of time. If you want to read this on your own, just Google Inside Degrees by Elias Lonsdale, and you can go in there and select which degree. It's the 20th degree of Pisces. Hydrate, light it if you got it. As I create a safe space for my benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth, thanking you for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for this new moon in Pisces on March 10th, 2024. Put this back in here. Oh, and by the way, Patreon's going to get this before the rest of everybody else sees it. So holler at Patreon, patreon.com/JustJEverything. Over there, we clarify all the cards. We are just doing dope shit. I'm really proud of what we're creating over there. And we're really trying to like get a community and our family, and I'm trying to make that happen, and I love you all. So check out Patreon, patreon.com/JustJEverything for free shit. Check out my Instasham at JustJ_everything, TikTok at JustJEverything, and for other dope shit that I do, my website. But if you're this far in, please like the video. Why not? Help me help you. I love you. Like the video. So I have specific questions that I want to ask. Please just act right. Can some, please, no, okay, fine. I've got too much on this desk. Okay. Because y'all don't even realize I have like a whole set here. And it used to be like far out and you could see me in the set and all this. But it is what it is. We're grateful for what we got. And that could be ooh, that was a whole word. A whole world. I feel like God has a whole world set up for you. The divine, the universe, source, whatever name you like to call them, has a whole setup for you, and you just can't even see it. You don't even know how good it's about to get. You can't even see, but all you got to do is believe. That's the whole point. What's the point of wanting anything or like asking for anything or working for something that you don't believe you can have? We're not playing that game anymore. We're just not. Especially those of you who've been fucking with me for a while now. Like, we are deep in the ascension game. Deep. And I just feel like our faith is being cultivated, and it will continue to be cultivated. It will continue to be like grown and expanded so that when the setup, when the accomplishment, whatever it is, when it comes in, that you believe it. That you're not spending a whole bunch of time in indecision and doubt. That's why our faith is being cultivated now. Believe that you can have the things that you want, that you can have the things that you can wish, that you're wishing for, that you're capable of acquiring and working for the things that you want to see in your reality. And we got to believe it. So, what outdated beliefs need to be uprooted? Our greatest and highest good. Please show us the truth. What outdated beliefs need to be uprooted? Now, this is a general reading, so eat the meat, leave the bones, take what resonates. Damn, right to the point. Damn, we didn't need that, y'all. That was aggressive. This was aggressive. This is aggressive. I need a sip. Hydrate. All right, Spirit's already calling us out. Card 1, Jesus. We have outdated beliefs around love, togetherness, connection. What a man or a woman, what a person's supposed to do for you, what a relationship, what a marriage is supposed to do for you. And I feel like there is a huge rebirth coming to that has been stemmed out of pain. Some of us have been like, I feel like the last 2, 3, 4, maybe years, there have been some profound heartbreaks that I feel like, ooh, it's like the holes in your heart that have yet to be stitched up. The divine's bringing in this like sanitary flush, or this, antibacterial flush that's gonna go in your heart. That's gonna, like, I want to say cauterize the wounds, but that's fire. Interesting. I feel like the water from the divine, it can burn, it can sting, it operates or moves like fire. And I feel like we're being called out. We're being called out right now. We're being reborn in some sort of way. And I feel like there is some sort of, okay. There's some sort of new relationship or new feelings or new goal or a new something that I feel like is big time pulling you out of your comfort zone. And it's something that you've wished for, but it will require you being stripped down. It will require nakedness, nudity, intimacy. And that nakedness, nudity, intimacy with the God of your understanding first. the page turning into the knight. If you have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or Aries placements, I feel like you may be struggling with this the most. I feel like the divine is really trying to show us like what the true Two of Cups is, and what true union is, and what that looks like, and what it feels like, and what you should not settle for going forward. Everybody wants the Two of Cups. It's the quintessential like romance card. But the thing is with the Two of Cups, this is like homework is required. And what the highest octave or the high vibrational version of this card is, I am somebody that takes responsibility for the fullness of my cup. We all were born into this life with our own cup. It's your life, it's your body, it's your job to fill it. Happiness is an inside job. Fulfillment is an inside job. Nobody is supposed to come in and save you, or no one's going to come in and make you feel complete. Completion is your job. Completion is between you and the God of your understanding. And so what the thing is with this card is, hey, I'm somebody that takes responsibility for my cup. I take responsibility for the fulfillment of my life. I make sure I'm good. I call myself out. I do my shadow work. However level you show up in your life with yourself and with the God of your understanding is exactly what you're going to attract. So if you show up to the dating pool insecure, you will attract insecure. If you will attract more reasons to be insecure. If you show up to the dating pool hella confident, taking control of your cup, knowing what you bring to the table, you will attract someone who also is doing that, because we live in a physics-based reality, and in this reality, like attracts like. And the divine, I feel like, is waking a lot of us up. It's waking up these atrophied or dead parts in your soul that will be hungry for connection. But let yourself be fed by the divine. Not be out here trying to get fed by somebody's son or daughter or child, like you will continuously be found wanting if you are solely looking for completion in another human body. That's not how this works. That's not how the game is played. You get solid with you and God. That is the first marriage. Everything else follows suit after that. So we have updated beliefs around love, togetherness, connection. Maybe this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or Leo. I feel like we're being called out. There's a lot of important conversations that are happening that you need to pay attention to. People are out here showing you who they are, and you need to make sure that you believe them. Don't be trying to sweep shit under the rug or sugarcoat, or I can fix this, or I'll change this when. No, I feel like there is expansion. I feel like there's bigger love, bigger togetherness. It's bigger. We have some kind of small-mindedness around love and relationships that I feel like is really needing to be evaluated. And just because I love us and it's Pisces season and that's unconditional free shit, I'm going to clarify this Two of Cups, because Lord knows we need it. In regards, please elaborate more on this outdated belief in regards to love. And please clarify the Two of Cups. I feel like some of us are like trying to merge before it's time to merge. There's something here about like being your strong lion. Yes, being your strong, independent self. You got to have the Nine of Cups before you know what to do with the Ten of Cups. And you got to have the Nine of Pentacles before you know what to do with the Ten of Pentacles. This is the Nine of Pentacles, and there's something here about like getting really secure within yourself, within your business, within your money. Like, you need to have the bag secured. You don't need to be looking for a relationship to secure the bag. You do your part, and you naturally will draw in new relationships where that merging just naturally happens. And it feels like this gift from the divine. It feels like love. It feels like candy. It feels sweet, and you can have this thing. But first, I feel like regardless of if you're in a relationship or not, we're all still needing to work on our independence. We're getting ready to enter Aries season. Aries is the sign of I am, and I don't care if what kind of relationship you're in or not. I feel like you need to have a really strong version of who you are so you attract in somebody who is very confident and stable in who they are, so they don't get to come in and mold you into being the person or the lover or the spouse that they want you to be. You get to be loved for being your whole self, flaws and all. Okay, so what are the blockages in spirit life? Some of us are really ignoring our social life. Some of us have been hanging out too much, but also it could be the opposite. Some of us are all like heavy on the party and bullshit. And some of us are heavy on the securing the bag. And we gotta find the fulcrum point in between the two. And so I feel like some of us are working way, way, way too much, and all work, no play makes you dull. And some of us are partying way too much and you're falling behind on bills or money. And the blockage, I feel like, is the imbalance. The blockage could be that this feels like you're doing it with your reasoning mind versus it being in your spiritual mind. Please continue. One more for the blockages. What are the blockages in the spiritual life that we need to look at? I feel like we're not working on our spiritual connection, or needing to understand that your relationship to the divine is a relationship. The way that you work on your relationship with your partners, you've got to work on your relationship with spirit, with your higher self. And we're going to learn in Aries season. Come spring equinox, I feel like the blockage is that it's been very you-oriented versus it being very us, we, like spirit-oriented. Some of you have been like blocking yourself away from moving towards somebody that's powerful. Somebody maybe with Aries or Scorpio, Leo, Sagittarius placements. I feel like some of us are afraid to turn our back on our party life or social life and really be focused on the future. I feel like the spiritual blockage, the blockages in our spiritual life is this lack of visualization or a lack of vision, lack of like co-creating with the divine. It's like it's time to get real clear on what your emperor mode looks like. And that's gonna have you, in order to reach for the emperor level shit, that's mastery, you know? And it's time to start reaching for mastery. And you can't reach for mastery if you don't have a healthy balance of me time and us time. 2:22 on the clock, that's mastery. Or time to reach for mastery. Please clarify the Eight of Pentacles reversed in regards to these blockages. The Knight of Swords. Yeah, there may be somebody with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius placements that I feel like is distracting you or inspiring you in some sort of way. I feel like, oh, okay, a lot of us, like, we're feeling blocked in spirit because we're using our reasoning mind, and we are in the midst of a radical change in the mind collectively, and it's going to have us looking at work-life balance in a very different way. I feel like the blockage is being too logical. The blockage is using your reasoning mind to make decisions when it's like you're making logical decisions and not spiritual decisions in the appropriate places. And so I feel like when it comes to career, when it comes to your purpose, that is not a logical decision. That is a spiritual decision. But the world, the dunya, has us out here thinking that you need to look at all the facts and look at the market and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, yo, did God tell you to do that? Did your higher self, did you like consult your higher self at all in this? You know? You wouldn't be feeling disharmony if you were in harmony with what your spirit was trying to tell you. So I feel like the blockage is our reasoning mind, And some of us are getting a bit imbalanced when it comes to the social life. Some of you work way too much and you need more interaction, more social interaction. Some of you have so much social interaction that you've not gotten as far as you could had you looked forward and gotten in emperor mode. I also feel like this comes with dating too. Some of you are so concerned with like finding a partner, so concerned with being seen or being social or making the right decision in love that you're not like following your heart enough. Yeah, and not letting yourself be led enough. Damn, the Lovers is like out a lot. The Lovers, the World. I feel, and look at all the nudity. That's all the naked cards in here. I'm telling you that, okay, the spiritual life is intimacy. The spiritual block is intimacy. And I feel like we're craving that intimacy, and we've been taught to reach for it externally, when intimacy, fulfillment, joy, happiness, that shit's an inside job. So next, what arena of life needs our faith? Where do we need to apply more faith to? What sector of life or arena of life do we need to apply more faith to? Dreaming bigger. Yeah, I feel like your physical, spiritual, sexual energy, I feel like we need more faith when it comes to our energy, when it comes to like what you're putting or harnessing your energy into, what sector of life. I also feel like when this comes to like shooting your shot, taking the road less traveled, the Two of Wands is all about like, hey, you're supported to break free. You just need to figure out why you're doing what you're doing. You just need to focus on the intent. Let God handle the how. But right now it's like, get your intent all the way together. So you're needing to apply more faith that you can break out of the cycle, that you can have a different kind of life. You can see different parts of the world. I feel like you need I feel like a lot of us are asking for power that God already gave us. It's like you got all this free will and you're still asking for strength or power or direction. And it's just like, there's something here about what do you want? The Two of Wands facing the Emperor. I feel like it's time to choose to dive deeper into yourself, your intentions, your desires. Because you do have the world in your hands. You do have like the opportunity to really, really end a cycle. 2727 on the clock. That was my lucky number. I feel like some of us are feeling really, really drained. And come springtime, come later in March, come next week, basically, that's really going to be shifting. Equinox Aries season is going to open us up to having just so much more energy, so much more vitality, so much more fuck it in our system, and just like really being able to like charge after what we want, really being able to choose and opt into, okay, some of us have like, we need to apply more faith when it comes to decisions. Like the decisions that you're making, you need to talk to the God of your understanding about it more versus just looking at the facts and trying to ask the people around you their opinion. I feel like when it comes to making decisions, we need to apply more faith. When it comes to where we're going next or like what the next step is, some of us are feeling really blinded in that area and can't see the forest for the trees, can't see where we're going, can't see the outcome. And I feel like that shit's happening on purpose. The divine is purposefully blocking us and blocking us from like a certain kind of vision and really forcing us to focus on like, you trust me or not? That's period. Because that's all it comes down to. You trust or not? And if you find it being a no, then we got to work on that. We got to work on like applying faith, because all this shit is real and all of it's fake at the same time. So you might as well like get weird and have fun. You might as well let yourself like I am still believing that the Harry Potter mark will dissipate. I have full faith. There is no scar. There is no mark. I do feel like this was an activation, but I also don't want it there anymore. So I'm going to believe and let myself like have faith for like the weird shit. It's like, why do you have to, you don't have to apply your faith for like big grandiose things all the time. Okay, so what do we need to believe for? Some of you want something really big. Some of you want to step out of your comfort zone. Some of you want to go to a different place. Some of you want to move. Some of you want to travel. Some of you want to explore more of the world. Some of you want a different kind of life. And I feel like you've already done the work. You've already planted the seeds. It's like what you need to believe for is that God's going to do the rest. Like there's something about figuring out what's in your jurisdiction. We talk about this all the time, and I don't care about repeating myself because we're going to get this work and we're going to understand this. And if you stick around with me, you'll know because it'll be beaten into you. Love you. All we can control is what we voluntarily put into our bodies, whether we react or respond, and what we do about our intentions. Everything else is out of our jurisdiction. So I feel like all the time that you have intended to yield a harvest. You've planted the seed, you've watered it, you've pruned the bush, and how much fruit it bears, the bush bears, when the fruit comes in, out of your jurisdiction. But we've got to believe that the fruit are coming. We've got to believe that our investments will pay off. Ooh, almost, yeah. Even when it looks like it's falling apart, that's when the faith really, really gets activated. No, I trust you. No, I believe. There were days still dealing with the stuff with like the house that I live in. There were days where I was just like, no, I trust you. No, I trust you. No, and I said it out loud for hours. No, no, no. Anytime any kind of fear came up, no, shut it down. And I say it out loud. I speak it out loud. No, I trust God. No, I trust that the divine has my back. No, I trust that I will, like, if anything happens, it's happening for me. It's because something bigger and better and greater is coming. So believe that you don't need to do a whole bunch of micromanaging of your manifestations. Talk about it, plant the seed, do your part, believe that the rest is coming, because that's how that goes. Have faith. Okay. What is blooming because of our current beliefs? So what is coming to light because of our, what is growing, enhancing, expanding? The Five of Swords reversed. So what is blooming is your ability to finally let go of the past. I feel like some of us are working through major trust issues. Some of us are working through or on the tail end of heartbreak and disappointment. And this may have been something from a year, 5 years ago, 5 months ago, 5 weeks ago. Whatever it is, I feel like we've been in a place of holding a grudge, bracing ourselves, being really like defensive in some sort of way, because something happened and it made you not trust yourself. 3:33 on the clock, 33 on the clock, and threes are co-creation. I'm telling you, put the swords down, put the heartbreak down, keep doing the work to shed it. Keep doing the work to like believe that, okay, this thing didn't work out. And yes, I'm sad, but I'm going to let myself feel these feelings. I'm going to let myself feel this so I can heal this and move through it, because that's the only way out is through. Sorry to use so many platitudes, but Jesus. Yeah, I just feel like shit is getting real, and we're like, We're reinventing ourselves and we're being given tools and resources to do so. So if you keep holding on to these Three of Swords, looking back in the past, remembering every time, every like emotional conflict, or hanging on to all the mean things that were said to you, hanging on to all the shitty ways that you were treated, believing that you deserved that, or like spending so much time trying to figure it out. Why did I deserve this? Why did I blah, 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 blah. A lot of us don't realize our rejection is our protection. Something was removed out of your way and you just need to be like, okay, I thought that I wanted that, but I guess not. You know better. God got me. Thank you. Moving on. I'm gonna go cry my tears because I wanted this thing. But if I don't let go of the heartbreak, how am I going to hold on or grab this new chapter, this new pinnacle? How am I gonna reinvent myself if I just keep associating with all this pain and heartbreak? If I keep interacting in the habits that were birthed from the pain and the heartbreak, you know? Y'all, I haven't smoked weed today. I'm sure that'll change in a couple hours, but baby steps. So what's blooming, the Five of Swords reversed, I feel like is you finally getting out of this conflictual place in your mind, this not trusting your mind, not trusting yourself. And I feel like what's blooming is somebody who is responsible, who's diligent, who understands the value of hard work, understands the value of structure and discipline. I just feel like what's blooming, like you're becoming more of an adult. You're becoming more reliable. And so believe that you're allowed to change your mind. Believe that you're allowed to have consistency, that you can have the business that you want. Also, some of you are blooming a new business. There's a new business, new idea, new habits, new opportunities coming in. There may be some really good news that's coming in regards to money or in regards to stability. I feel like the habits that you have been paying off. So some of you have been really consistent about working out, been really consistent about saving money. From the Page to the Queen, I feel like this is a quick bloom. So money, stability, nurturance. You may feel stuck now, but you won't feel stuck for much longer. Promise. And I feel like where you are 2 years from now, you won't even like recognize this version of your, or like you won't recognize, but it's just like, I never thought the leap was going to happen. I never thought that if I just bet on myself, I could make this happen. I could have this kind of life. I thought that I would always be stuck. I thought that I would always be looping. I thought I'd always be in this shameful, guilty, self-limiting mindset. But all it required was me to do some emotional inventory, looking back the last 9-10 months, last 9-10 years, looking at how my subconscious mind is currently programmed around relationships, around love, around contentment, and around money. And you doing that, I feel like brings in like, whew, the Nine of Cups, fulfillment, wish fulfillment, contentment, and then this brand new relationship with money, stability coming in. All right, this is one of my favorite questions. What don't we see coming? What is on its way to us? And this is a general reading, so eat the meat, leave the bones. But what is on its way to us that we don't see coming? Five of Cups. Okay. What don't we see coming? And keep in mind, this is Pisces energy. Pisces is the full emotional spectrum. Like, what don't we see coming? I want one more, please. The Five of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles reversed. I feel like what we don't see coming is the end of all this busy work that we've done to keep ourselves from looking at the fact that some milk has spilled, or that There's still heartbreak or pain or disappointment because of the end of a relationship or the end of a business partnership or something of that nature. Yeah, death. And then the Lovers again. The Lovers has been out a lot. And then Four of Wands. Some of you, what you don't see coming is like you finally getting that divorce, you finally breaking up, you finally letting something go puts you in this position where like life gets a lot better. There's a lot more fun. There's a lot more festivities. Some of you end something and there's this whole new relationship that comes in. There's something like intimate and divine, like you're drawn towards each other. Somebody that you want to be with long term, something that you've been wishing for, something that I feel like is getting revealed to you. And all your only responsibility is to maintain your relationship to the divine as your number one priority. And so my last question is, what is the divine cooking up for us? Stuff is in the works, stuff is in the making. And like I said, we can't see the set. The King of Swords. So there may be somebody who has answers. There may be somebody with Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius placements coming into your life, playing a bigger role. I feel like helping to set you free, helping to open your mind. You don't have to like, it's not about permanence. It's not about how long you get to keep this thing. It's about the quality of this thing and what you do with it and how it blooms you, how it grows you, and how it stimulates your belief and your faith. So what is the divine cooking up for us? I also feel like you're about to get more masterful with your thoughts, your words, your mind. Some of you are going back to school, or some of you are finally reading the right books, really studying the right things, and it's really going to pay off. Yeah, there's something about getting out of your comfort zone, moving out of your comfort zone. Some of you may be actually moving. There may be some like being logical about like, it's time to get out of your comfort zone. It's time to pursue your dreams. Turn your back on whatever has been established. Strength reversed, and then the Fool. Justice on the bottom of the deck. Damn! And the Queen of Swords. Justice, Hierophant, Six of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. So I feel like what we don't see what the divine is cooking up for us is partnership. It's funny, the King over here, the Queen over here. You may be in a long distance relationship, or you may be at a distance, or you maybe haven't found something that feels like a good match for you, or feels like the perfect match for you. But I feel like there's so much still to come. There's still so much shedding of ego, and so much like of our hearts getting cracked open. So much of our, we're going to be forced to get rid of all this emotional baggage that's been keeping you from taking the leap of faith that you have. Like that's a part of your destiny. Justice is like the cosmic realm of justice. And so I feel like your perspective of risks, your perspective of or taking a risk, versus taking a leap of faith, is gonna like draw new energy to you. How do I articulate that? There's just all this new potential, and I just feel like there's somebody that's really here that's forcing you to look at what you're so afraid of. They may be here, they may be coming. It may be somebody that's kind of hard to read, somebody that is very articulate, intellectual, someone very logical, maybe a skeptic, maybe very like militant or business minded in some sort of way. But I feel like this person is coming towards you, and they're going to move you out of your comfort zone. And it may feel uncomfortable because you don't have your guard up, or somebody sees right to your heart or speaks right to your heart. And you may be trying to be hard and like, I ain't no simp, bop, bop, bop. Whatever it is you're trying to tell yourself, or whatever defense mechanism you have around authenticity or being seen or being loved. There may be somebody with Leo, Aquarius, or Aries placements coming towards you. I feel like this Leo, if they have Leo placements, there is some sort of stripping that's required with them, like a breaking down of ego, breaking down of control, breaking down of somebody cares too much about the optics, cares too much about what other people think. If this is an Aquarius, I feel like, or if you're dealing with Aquarius energy, I feel like this is, could possibly take you through the ringer a bit. Aquarians are, they're still getting, they just got Pluto for a little bit, you know, so they're still getting settled. I feel like there is something here about all this new potential, all this new, like, this new lease on life, or this new guidance or new inspiration. And it's going to require you to make different decisions and to really figure out what it is that you stand on. What are your core values and ethics, and how is that going to lead you into being somebody who like stands 10 toes down on your shit? And you don't flip-flop back and forth about your beliefs. I feel like the divine is cooking up profound partnership. The divine is cooking up opportunities that are going to require you to trust in God or not. The divine is giving you opportunities to go back to school, to learn more, to receive apologies, to receive clarity on stuff from the past that hurt you. I feel like also you're in this place of moving forward, like just turning your back on the bullshit, turning your back on the traditional viewpoint of things. I feel like some of you are graduating, some of you are getting the recognition that you need, the accolades that you need from the academia world. Some of you are being recognized in academia in some sort of way, or in your class, or in your, you know, at work. The divine is inspiring you. It's cooking up a particular bonfire within you. Cooking up a particular fire to be lit up under that ass, so you can start to like understand you're alive. Like, we are here. We are in this bitch. You know? And it's shit to be excited about. There's stuff to be like in motion, on point. Let's go. Let's fucking go. That's what's coming in. And I feel like that energy is just like, that effervescence is being like cooked up. So let God cook. I love you. Believe that you will be taken care of. I promise you got this. And don't forget to check out Patreon, patreon.com/JustJEverything.